Hello and welcome to the Poorhammer Podcast, episode 157. I'm your host, Brad. This is my co-host, Eric.
How's it going?
And today we are covering something of the utmost importance. Awards season is upon us, and Warhammer needs some awards, so we made them. And so, just like the Oscars, we got together a shadowy cabal to choose a bunch of categories, nominees, and winners for the first ever annual Jimmy Space Awards.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. We're actually also joined by a guest host today.
Who could that lovely person be?
Hello, it's me, Brad's wife.
For the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, so long as we don't keep sidetracking and derailing.
So, Jenny is joining us today for the awards show, and the three of us are going to walk you through a bunch of awards that our patrons came up with and voted on to create a train wreck, and we're going to find out how it goes. But without any further ado, let's jump into this.
Sounds good.
So we're going to start off with our first major category, which is the awards for non-tabletop Warhammer media. So this is for video games, books, etc. Starting the category off, we have the best Warhammer video game.
Yeah, the nominees being Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2, Total War Warhammer 2, Total War Warhammer 3, Rogue Trader, Space Marine 2, Mechanicus, Dark Tide, and Bolt Gun.
So it is funny that we have parts of series but not full series in here.
Yeah.
But the way we did these was we had the patrons vote for nominees, and all of the popular nominees ended up on the list for the final polling, and then they voted on which one is best.
Not seeing Total War Warhammer 1, but seeing 2 and 3.
It's accurate.
A bit odd, but totally understandable.
Dawn of War 3 not being here, extremely understandable. I do think there's some recency bias with Dark Tide over Vermintide stuff, but whatever.
That happens, but like a similar thing of why Space Marine 2 is on here.
Yeah. So who do we think is going to win?
That is a tough one. So for the winner, Space Marine 2 definitely has some of its recency and popularity.
Yeah, I think that's going for Rogue Trader too, but Rogue Trader, it's going to have the problem of, for a lot of our audience and for our shadowy cabal of our Jimmy Space Academy, I think Space Marine 2 is going to be the one that half the audience has only ever played out of the whole list.
Yeah, several of these are very specific genres.
Yeah, Rogue Trader's a CRPG, Dawn of War is older than half our audience.
THQ represent. Yeah, so I mean, I really do think Space Marine 2 is likely to get this one. And as much as I would prefer some other ones, I think Space Marine 2 does a great job of being the generalist Warhammer video game kind of thing.
The one that can reach the masses.
And that's definitely useful.
All right, let's see who wins then. The winner of the Jimmy is Space Marine 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it wouldn't be my vote, but I definitely see the logic behind it winning by as much as it did. I expect this is going to be the one a lot of people remember as the Warhammer game that got them into Warhammer.
Yeah, which makes sense. You know, the best Warhammer video game being the one that you remember getting you into Warhammer seems pretty legit to me. But let's move on to our next award, which is going to be the best Warhammer video game series.
So this one takes the average of the entire series into account. So we've got the following nominees.
Total War Warhammer 1 through 3, Dawn of War 1 and 2, Vermintide/Dark Tide, and Space Marine 1 and 2.
Alright, so Space Marine 2 won the best individual game. That's definitely going to carry some weight to the best video game series. But Space Marine 1 was pretty old.
It was. And I have a feeling that the general quality of either the Dawn of War series, not counting the third game, or the Vermintides and Dark Tide for their audience, they will probably make it a much closer competition this time. I'm rooting for Total War because I think think it is the highest quality the whole way through.
I would agree, but I could definitely see any of these really taking it. Vermintide and Darktide have a pretty dedicated audience, but Dawn of War is classic at this point.
All right, Jenny, who won?
And the Jimmy goes to Total War Warhammer 1 through 3.
I mean, that's what I play the most of, so I may be slightly biased, which is why I didn't vote in it. Or everything would just be the RTS equivalent.
I am really happy that this one did win out over Space Marine, just because the trilogy deserves the tip of the hat for how high the quality on average has been through its existence, even when there's a low point.
There have been definitely some low points, but they've put it together and they've made a great series overall.
All right, congratulations to Total War, but it's time to move on. What do we have next, Jenny?
Our next category is Best Original Screenplay, aka Best Book. Your contenders are Day of Ascension, Elemental Council, The Infinite and the Divine, The Lion, Son of the Forest, Skaven Slayer, Horus Rising, and Manflayer.
Let's go, The Infinite and the Divine. I read that one. Woo!
Much like with Space Marine 2, I have a feeling it's going to be the winner just because it's going to be the one most people have read. I'm actually excited that when people were nominating books, Elemental Council got a bunch of votes to be one of the final nominees, and I haven't read it yet, and that excites me because it means people are excited about a Tau book. And it's kind of cool that we've got an old world book here too. Skaven Slayer making the cut was pretty interesting when I was going through the results.
I mean, the Skaven art, super cool. So that is exciting. And honestly, Day of Ascension was great too. So there's some good contenders on this one. I really don't know. I feel like The Infinite and the Divine is, like, from a popularity, probably going to win. But all right, Brad, let's see what the results were.
All right, the winner of the Jimmy is The Infinite and Divine, and it wasn't close.
Makes sense.
Dear Lord, was that a sweep?
It was a great book. It really was. Definitely deserves.
All right, that takes care of the best book itself, but what about the best book series? For the best book series, we have the following nominees. There's a lot of them. The Horus Heresy, the whole thing. The Siege of Terra, which is the latter part of the Horus Heresy. Gotrek from AOS. Gotrek and Felix from the Old World. Dark Imperium. The Night Lords trilogy, the Fabius Bile trilogy, Twice Dead King, Ruin and Reign, Gaunt's Ghosts, the Eisenhorn series, the Caiaphas Cain series, and you've got to help me out with the name on this last one, Eric.
Ulfthrek Blackhawk.
There we go. So those are our nominees going into Best Book Series.
I mean, there's some great series, and there's also the entire Horus Heresy series. So one of these is not like the other.
I don't know who will get it. I hope it's not Eisenhorn. I'd respect Gaunt's Ghost. I would love if it's like Cain or Night Lords or Bile.
Cain's got a good shot at this one, just from like the amount of love that I've seen throughout. Like, everybody loves Cain, so that would make sense. You've said good things about Fabius Bile, though.
Yes, I think Bile deserves to be at least in the nominees here. So let's see who the winner is. And the winner of the Jimmy for the best book series is Caiaphas Cain. Ooh, this was a close one. There were a lot that were up there.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. These are kind of the big hits for book series. I mean, yeah, good to see Caiaphas Cain making it the winner here, because that's just classic Warhammer literature.
I enjoy the fact that it's a less serious, over-the-top series, too. I think for a lot of people that helps it.
Moving on from the best book series, we're going to take a look at the best adapted screenplay.
Which is to say web series.
And your nominees are If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device, Astartes, Hammer and Bolter, The Exodite, and Pariah Nexus.
All right, Jenny, who do you think is going to win out of this lineup?
So much like watching actual award shows, I'm going to root for the one that I have seen, because most of the time I've only ever seen one out of the entire list. And my vote is for text-to-speech.
May it rest in peace.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the most obvious meme kind of tier of fun.
I think Astartes is probably the one that will win, if I had to guess, because it's the one that is the most Warhammer circle jerky one, I guess you could say.
Hoorah.
Yeah, hoorah Warhammer.
And they did just release another teaser or whatever like a month ago or...
Yeah, for Astartes too.
Yeah, so like it would make sense for Astartes to do well here.
True. Our live studio audience did just remind us that they are the ones who voted for this, so stupid may win out. So who is the winner of this great award?
The Jimmy goes to If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device.
With 69% of the vote, I might add.
Nice.
Now, this wouldn't be a good award show without some product placement, so let's hear from the merch baron for our next category.
Hello everybody, Bricky here, bringing you the best Poorhammer merch possible, currently available at orchidate.com, link in the description. Poorhammer, known for their terrible merch ads, bring me back once again, this time into the void. Your results are in, and can you believe it? It is in fact the Poorhammer objective markers that win out as the best and highest voted merch. I'm sure this has nothing to do with any kind of flubs in the past. Buy yourself some objective markers and all the other great things on that list down in the description. Thank you very much, Brad and Eric. Stop making me do stuff for you.
Thanks, Briggy. Say hello to the VTubers for me. And speaking of VTubers, now we're going to talk about best models.
Our first category in the models are the best Lil Buddy in 40k. Just the cutest little guys. The nominees are Bomb Squig, Sassy Nurgling, Canoptic Scarabs, Watchers in the Dark, and Uvrain's Cat.
I'm a Necron fan, and I'm rooting for the Scarabs here.
Dude, all of these nominees are just truly fantastic. Like, Squigs are just adorable. But like, Sassy Nurgling, classic.
I'm gonna go Cat.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, everyone's always focused on Uvrain's ass, but she's got a really nice pussy, too. Hey, look, several people are typing.
And the Jimmy for best Lil Buddy in 40k goes to Sassy Nurgling.
Yeah, it kind of had to be Sassy Nurgling, but there was some great competition.
The Sassy Nurgling is definitely top tier when it comes to being a best Lil Buddy.
And next, we have the best little buddy in AOS. And the nominees are Clonk, the Anvil Squig, the Grifftown, Lotan's Octobuddy, Seraphon Frog, and Vizik's Little Rat Guy. Rat Roundup!
Rat Roundup!
Rat Roundup!
This is another great competition here. I mean, Forg is always good. Classic Lil Buddies.
I am a huge fan of the octopus doing all the work for Lotan.
Yeah, okay, looking at this model, I would be tempted to build it without the guy. I would just build the octopus.
It's doing all the work. He is literally doing nothing but holding the top of the scroll.
Like, yeah, you just take him out. I don't need him. You know what I would do? I would take him out, keep the pen, and then you just gotta, like, green stuff that one arm to be holding the pen. You don't even need him.
Very true.
I mean, they are all very cute. Clonk is adorable. He's so stupid looking.
Squigs just, they have that adorable nature, man. Just the dumbest look.
I love that it's a pompadour becoming an anvil.
All right, so what were the results of this?
And the winner for Best Little Buddy in AOS is, in fact, Clonk, the Anvil Squig.
Nice. Let's go Clonk.
All right, for our next award, we have the best kit in a supporting role. That is, kits you use for bits. And our nominees are the Exalted Sorcerer's Kit, the Black Templar Sword Brethren Kit, the Primaris Reavers, the Prosecutors, the Talos/Chronos Kit, and Yndrasta.
Yeah, the Prosecutors is a bit of a...
Oof, sorry, Blood Angels.
Very good bits, though, for very particular reasons. Exalted Sorcerers have a lot of garbage on them.
They're so good. You can do so much with the spare bits on Exalted Sorcerers. The Talos and Kronos kit is like the bread and butter of Drukhari. I don't think it has a chance of winning here, just because it's too obscure for like general voters, but it's great just to see it in the nominees as a Drukhari player.
I think it's a bit too focused for Drukhari, though.
Yeah, it's going to be something Space Marine based. For 3 of these, they are clearly for Space Marines, and Yndrasta is for like literally anyone who wants angel wings.
That's true. I'm gonna go with it's likely Exalted Sorcerer.
You're right, because it is our audience, there will be more Thousand Suns than normal. Let's see who the winner is. The winner for Best Kit in a Supporting Role goes to the Exalted Sorcerers.
Well deserved. They have a lot of bits.
They've got options for dates.
That's such a solid endorsement. They've got lots of bits.
They got a bunch of shit, man.
I know boys had some votes, but I think it was spread out with a bunch of stuff, like Commandos had a bunch of votes and other stuff.
Yeah. Our next award goes to the Best Warhammer.
Specifically, Warhammers on models. So that gives Grey Knights a fighting chance for once.
Yeah, we'll see. The nominees are Celestant Prime's Gal Miraz, Bastion Carthalos' Uskavar, Grey Knights' Nemesis Demon Hammer, Ferrus Manus' Forgebreaker, and Vashtor's Hammer of the Soul Forges. I mean, I do really enjoy the Grey Knight Hammer, but I have a feeling 10th edition might have ruined this for us.
Yeah, it's a good design. I think Vashtor's Hammer is probably the best visually. Galmaraz has the history of it's literally what the whole game is named after. Bastion Carthalos' Hammer is sick as fuck too,
Dude,
though.
it is. It is really, like, it's intimidating.
Forgebreaker being on this list is a travesty, but I guess Iron Hand players all united to get it nominated.
There's some good hammers here. Tough to say, but all right. So the Jimmy for Best Warhammer goes to Vashtor and his hammer.
That you haven't already forgotten the name of.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, I don't remember. Something about souls. It's just Vashtor's hammer. It is pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it has an amazing design. Well, Eric, I think you have to read the next category for reasons that have to deal with bonus content and several previous episodes.
I was like, Brad, you gonna take this next one?
And allegations against you.
The next category is for Best Grippers.
Wait, don't turn off the episode yet.
Who would turn off after that? This is like zoom in and enhance.
This is Eric's turn on.
Our nominees are Ilariol the Everqueen, Commander Dante, the Void Dragon, the Great Unclean One, Crethusa the Croneseer, and Lilith Hesprax. Alright, there's some good grippers here. I mean, this is tough. There's this good competition.
Eric, for the old people in the audience who don't know, what's a gripper?
I'll just Google it.
Just go to Urban Dictionary, you'll find out.
Yeah, just go to Google and type in Urban Dictionary grippers. Safe search off. Yeah, there are some gray ones here. I'm not so sure about the Void Dragon.
I just want to shout out Guo for making a lot of categories that are wonderful.
That are wonderful.
It appears that our evil council does not body shame because they really liked Great Unclean One being in a lot of these categories coming up.
It is truly one of the greatest models, but I feel like Lilith is probably going to take this one.
What are your thoughts, Jenny?
I'm going to go with the Everqueen, based on a grippers per model breakdown.
All right, yeah. Fair enough.
All right, the winner for Best Grippers and the Jimmy goes to Lilith Hesprax.
Makes sense.
It's Eric's famous one. Shout out to second place being the Great Unclean One.
Truly the greatest.
I'll never unhear Eric's dominate me. I will never get that fucking line out of my head.
What the fuck?
When you said that in the fucking episode.
Sounds like something I'd say.
Oh, God. All right, the next category is the best flight stand alternative for 40K models. The nominees are Baharoth, the Fetid Bloat Drone, the Sanguinor, the Incarn, the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon, and Lycus.
This is a pretty exciting category. It's always interesting to see what can be done without having to resort to those dumb flight stands.
I have to say, a lot of the others are more impressive, but the Fetid Bloat Drone, for how minimal it is, damn is it so clever. You just kind of forget.
It helps that it's just like kind of barely hovering. Feels like the trailing stuff is just part of the scenery. So yeah, it does a great job. Whereas like a lot of the other ones are far more obvious in what they're doing, but also, yeah, a bit more exciting.
I have to say, my personal favorite, I think, is the Incarn, but I keep going back to the Fetid Bloat Drone for just being such a clever, like, subtle one.
Yeah, and I do wonder if that might be detrimental to it actually winning this category by being so subtle without, like, truly standing out like the Void Dragon or the Incarn. Lycus is new, but I do love that model.
All of these look extremely finicky to build, is my input. Looking at all of these, I'm like, this is like that Necron dude that doesn't stay together because he doesn't have enough legs.
Dante's not in this lineup, but Dante's is one of the most clever because his foot is part of the rock. You don't have that issue of, like, the connection point.
I'm gonna go with CVS receipts because it's funny.
All right, and for the result, for the best flight stand alternative for 40K, we have the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon. It's fair. It is a wonderful lattice structure. It's shocking how solid he is after he's on it.
Yeah, I think that definitely helps of, like, it's impressive looking and it's, like, structural.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about, like, the wobble whenever it gets touched.
Yeah, that is great thing to have because normal flight stands are pretty terrible already. So having a just like better in every way flight stand is great job, Void Dragon.
Next, we have the best flight stand alternative for AOS. The nominees are Shrine Luminor, Lord Croak, Aberrant Gore Warden, Lady Olander, Motarch of Grief, Nagesh, Supreme Lord of the Undead, Squig Hoppers, and Sinessa / Dexessa.
It's interesting that there's like Shrine Luminor. It's not like the thing I would have immediately thought of when talking about models with flight stand alternatives, but it makes sense.
It does qualify. I think I have to go with Lord Croak.
Yeah.
It just looks like a complete model and not like, and now he's on a rock.
It really just like fit all together as a diorama of this is him.
Yeah, it doesn't look forced. It makes sense.
Yeah, because a couple of these they're good, but it kind of has the on a rock perch kind of thing going on. Squigs definitely have a shot here, though, I think, given the nonsense that they're going for.
Very true.
All right, Brad, you want to read us who won for best flight stand alternative AOS?
The winner for the best flight stand alternative in Age of Sigmar goes to Lord Croak by a single vote. It was close, Nagash. It was close.
Yeah, Nagash is pretty impressive, but Lord Croak just fits.
Nagash is overrated, by the way, having seen it in real life.
Sure. Moving on from the best flight stand to the best tactical rock. Brad, do you want to read us the nominees for best tactical rock in 40K?
Sure. They're Commander Farsight,
That's not what it says.
Shaso, Viorla, Shova, Kais, Mont Yir, often shortened to Oshova, but better known as Commander Farsight. Abaddon the Despoiler, Be'lakor, Chaos Lord in Terminator armor, the Grimnir, and the Norn Emissary.
So Abaddon has a unique tactical rock.
It really comes down to the memes, doesn't it?
It does.
So, like, I think Farsight with his tree looks amazing. But Abaddon using a Space Marine Lieutenant, I feel like is going to win on memes.
Grimnir is an interesting one of, like, literal rock.
It's like stacks on stacks, baby.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, this is a tough call to see who's going to win this one. And the winner of the Jimmy for the best tactical rock in 40k is Shasso Fiorla Shova Kais Montier, often shortened to Oshava, but better known as Commander Farsight.
Holy shit, he nailed it. That was one take.
I don't know, man. Those are guttural stops.
No, that you had just enough little bit of a stop in it and everything. That sounded very natural. That's better than my take.
Yeah, I mean, it helped that you tried a few of the different options there. It was like, all right, okay, I could see where you're going. Might be able to do this, but yeah, Commander Farsight definitely deserved this one.
All right, Jenny, what's up next?
Well, next we have the best tactical rock in AOS. The nominees are Gobsprek, the Mouth of Mork, Skaven Deathmaster, Yndrasta, Kragnos, the End of Empires, Harbinger of Decay, and Free Guild Cavalier Marshal.
This one's really hard. AOS has some beautiful tactical rocks. Holy hell.
Yeah, like even the ones that are like, they're just actual rocks without like too much are like still, they're beautiful rocks. Gobsprek I'm definitely partial to Gobsprek. I like the dead tree thing going on.
Yeah, but like just Harbinger and Free Guild Cavalier are like simple, but gorgeous.
It's true. This is a tough one.
Well, the winner of the best tactical rock in AOS is Yndrasta
Damn, okay.
All right.
by 2 votes. The runner-up is the Skaven Deathmaster.
Yeah, the Skaven Deathmaster has some unique stuff going on there, and Yndrasta's pretty cool. It seems like the kind of thing that like adds to the environment. Totally understandable. This is a tough category. A lot of competition there.
All right, now for a very serious one. The best siege weapon in Warhammer 40k. The nominees are the Basilisk, the Bubble Chukka, the Khorne Lord of Skulls, the Plague Burst Crawler, the Exorcist, and the Imperial Guard Artillery Team. It's a tough one. It could be any of these.
It could be.
They're all equally likely to win.
The Khorne Lord of Skulls, pretty serious looking.
So Eric, who did win?
The winner of the Jimmy for best siege weapon goes to the Sturm Tiger. Wow. Out of nowhere.
I can beat you to the joke, YouTube comments section.
Classic.
And now, to celebrate the fact that the Oscars has crap like the best kiss now, we have the best smile on a model in 40k. The nominees are Angron, Fulgrim, the Great Unclean One, Lord Felthius, and the Pain Boy.
This is tough, man. There's some great smiles here, right? Like, just massive grins that are showing off those pearly whites, or whatever color they are. I feel like Great Unclean One smile is pretty great.
Yeah, Pain Boy's a hood classic though, man.
That's true.
That is like, the one thing I remember about that model is the stupid giant grin.
Yeah.
Are you talking, Jen?
No, I'm crying.
From Certified Hood Classic?
From Fulgrim's face.
Oh.
I scrolled down and I was not prepared for that.
Yeah. That's fair. Especially the options. You get the options there and it's like,
I was not ready for that.
you weren't ready for Happy Fulgrim?
No, I was not ready for Happy Fulgrim.
You can helmet him. Why would you want to helmet that beautiful smile?
I like to believe that's just a muzzle. It's just when he's feeling kinky, which is always.
Oh no.
All right, Jenny, who won Best Smile in 40k?
The Great Unclean One.
Fulgrim got second for you, though.
I was not ready for that. Something about it is just...
Oh,
All right, the next category. If you're done dying, Jenny, could you read it off?
The next category is Best Smile in AOS. The nominees are Rotgut Trogoths, the Changecaster, Festus the Leech Lord,
Borrelio's favorite model of all time. He loves it.
Mortesian Bone Shaper, and Raptidon Chargers. And none of these are as good as Fulgrim.
I love the Raptidon Charger because the raptor smiling is so adorable.
It's cute, but it is not.
is so dumb and perfect.
I have to give it to the Rotgut Trogoths every time, though. The one with the rock tied to his head is so fucking adorable. It is like the sales pitch for an entire faction.
I feel like the other guy that's holding up the like gem rock with the like the little kind of smirky grin there of like, look what I got. This is my rock.
The puppy trying to help smile.
Yeah. Kind of hope Festus wins. For, you know, our editor who loves Festus.
It's his favorite model. He loves putting it on screen.
Well, congratulations, Borrelio. The best smile goes to Festus the Leech Lord.
Oh, just absolutely perfect. Well done, Shadowy Cabal.
Borrelio's so upset right now. He hates this model so much. I wish I could know who you are.
Moving on from the best smile to the best forehead in Warhammer, we have the nominees Gene Stealer Magus, Inquisitor Codiez, the Flawless Blades, Knight Arcanum, Irvrain, and Bastion Carthalos.
I gotta say, I think they're all equally likely to win. It could be a dead even race between these.
There's definitely some good foreheads here. The new pinballs from Flawless Blades.
The cone heads, yeah.
Late entry, but I think they've got a good shot at it.
It would take something impressive to out forehead them.
It really would. So, who won the Jimmy for best forehead?
The winner for best forehead in Warhammer goes to Bricky.
Shock. Congratulations, Bricky.
It's very important we're using this picture, by the way.
All right, Brad, you want to take us to the next category?
It is my category. So this is the best cake. Sorry.
Just having a little bit of fun with your cake there?
So this is the best cake in Warhammer. The nominees are the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon, the Calidus Assassin, the Great Unclean One, Yvrain, and Sigvald. What are your thoughts, Jenny?
You're gonna do a whole nother round of streams labeled "My Wife Left Me."
Yeah.
For the Great Unclean One.
Right. Upgrades.
Upgrades. And the winner is Yvrain, who, as Borrelio pointed out, is the only model he didn't need a backshot for to show off the cake.
Yeah.
Shout out once again to the Great Unclean One.
You're gonna go with that take? The back shot take?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, let's move on. Costume design.
No. No, go back. We can't end on backshotting Yvrain.
Yeah.
The Yanari story won't go forward for another 5 years. All right, Eric, best costume design. Get me out of Cake Land.
Yeah. The next category is best costume design in 40K. So this is the best faction aesthetics. Our nominees are Adeptus Sororitas, Adeptus Mechanicus, Dark Angels, Orcs, Thousand Sons, Harlequins, and Chaos Space Marines. I mean, that's like a good fourth of factions. So there's a few different aesthetics going on here as well.
I'm torn on this one because I really do like every one of these nominees from an aesthetic standpoint. I'm not even like a Dark Angels fan, but they look fantastic with the new refresh.
And like AdMac always has they go hard. It makes sense. I enjoy that Harlequins actually made it.
I'm pretty sure it was the top nominee when it came to listing the nominees out. So it may be our winner. We'll have to see.
I mean, given that it isn't Games Workshop choosing, it makes sense. Like, Harlequins is one of the coolest, so totally could understand them winning this one. Jen, do you want to tell us who won this?
The winner for Best Costume Design in 40K is the Harlequins.
Hell yeah.
They deserve it, absolutely. Hopefully they get more models to show it off.
All right, moving into Best Costume Design for Age of Sigmar, we have the Hedonites of Slaanesh, the Ideneth Deepkin, the Lumineth Realm Lords, Seraphon, Skaven, Slaves to Darkness, and Sylvaneth.
All right. Again, there's a good,
It's a solid spread. You can definitely see the different tastes.
I feel like you might be partial to, Seraphon.
I do, but I respect a lot of these as winners. Like, AOS has some very good faction design themes through the whole army.
Yeah. Skaven are just kind of, loved by everybody.
Yeah, they might be our front runner just because they just got that huge refresh and it is gorgeous.
It really is. But, Lumineth Realm Lords, it's a clean look, but it's got a lot going on. And, there's always Sylvaneth trees. Yay. All right, so the winner of Best Costume Design in AOS goes to Skaven.
It was a pretty even spread, though. Wow, this was a close one.
Honestly, a lot closer than I expected. Which, yeah, AOS, honestly, just gorgeous all around. So no wrong choice here.
So next, we have the Best Makeup or Heavy Metal Paint Scheme in 40K.
That's the Games Workshop box paint job for those who don't know what Heavy Metal's paint scheme is.
The default.
The basic bitch.
Your nominees are Fulgrim, Lion L. Johnson, Warp Smith, Shadowseer, Catan Shard of the Void Dragon, Norn Emissary, and Special Edition Noise Marine.
Hell yeah! Let's go, Noise Marine.
This one comes with a special shout out to all the people who didn't know what the Heavy Metal paint scheme was and didn't realize that Heavy Metal was GW's in-house painting studio. And we got 20 or 30 people who put just the two words Iron Warriors for Heavy Metal paint scheme. Slight misunderstanding in vocabulary, so I put Warpsmith in to represent all of them.
Yeah, it's not bad, I guess, but this category was a little confusing. But there are some good paint jobs that, default, whatever you want to call it, shows it off pretty well.
I gotta say, Fulgrim looks amazing for this. It is funny that EC has 2 entries, though one is not new.
No, it's a bit dated.
Well, it's still only 5 or 6 years old because it's based off an old art.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. It's it is older than 5 or 6 years, but based on that art, yeah.
That's why it's $35 a model for it.
Yeah, Lionel Johnson also. It's a lot going on there, and it's super clean. This is a tough one.
All right, it's time to see who won. The Jimmy goes to the Special Edition Noise Marine.
Hell yeah. It's just so cool.
There's a lot of freehand in there.
Yeah, the entire leopard print legs is insane.
There's a lot of freehand in there. The zebra print.
Yeah, it was and the entire helmet.
Yeah, that's a lot in there.
It's gorgeous though. Totally understandable. Definitely would never be able to do it myself. So.
Well, maybe with the new stamps you could do it.
Maybe. Still probably unlikely, but would require me to actually paint a model.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
All right, Jenny, what's the next category?
The next category is Best Makeup or Heavy Metal Paint Scheme in AOS. The nominees are Eternus, Blade of the First Prince, Usharam, Motarch of Delusion, Saris, Scar Veteran on Carnosaur, Talia Vedra, Lioness of the Parch, Death Rattle Skeletons, Slaughter Priest with Hackblade and Wrathhammer and Gaunt Summoner. Motark of Delulu.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Well, now I hope the Bigoosh wins. I gotta say, like, even the smaller ones here are gorgeous. I still love the Slaughter Priest. And, like, Death Rattle Skeletons might be, like, my all-time favorite infantry unit.
That one's tough because, like, it's so understated.
It is, but goddamn, it looks good.
It's really, really well done.
It's hard to make silver look this good.
Yeah, I mean, Eternus is pretty cool. And, like, I think they did a great job of, like, capturing all the, like, little bits going on. I mean, it's AOS. Like, all of these look great.
My vote is once again for Cat.
All right, well, the winner is the Bigoosh, Usharan Mortark of Delulu. The title staying.
Yep. Yeah, it really is just such a cool looking model, and they did a great job of showcasing it with that paint scheme. Totally deserved. Let's take a look at the best visual effects in 40K for a monster or vehicle.
Just the best visual effects for 40K. That means the best monster or vehicle.
Did you name these, Brad?
Yeah, because I was originally stealing Oscar titles till I realized they only have like 10 fucking awards.
Why is that even there?
You can rename it. It's fine. The original plan was to literally rip off all the Oscars awards and 40K them, and then we ran out of awards like a third the way through.
Sure. Seems like most people, at least a couple people, thought it was best visual effects on a monster.
No, that's just, you can't use the vocal minority to win this argument.
I don't know, man. Pretty sure the data says otherwise. All right, Brad, what's our next award?
The next award is the best vehicle or monster in Warhammer 40K. Bite me, Eric.
I don't know. It says something about visual effects.
Because it was supposed to be clever, but it was too clever for Eric, so now we're just doing best vehicle or monster, fuck you. The nominees are Angron, the Helldrake, the Munolith Vortex Beast, the Norn Emissary, the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon, Mortarion, the Lord of Change, and the Avatar of Cain.
Obviously, it's the Helldrake.
No, I think we had some memers due to the episode that just aired.
Yeah, I think the Kierans might have influenced that one just a little bit.
It's tough because a lot of these are gorgeous.
Yeah, I really am partial to Mortarion. That's just, there's a lot going on there and it's really cool, but all of these have wonderful, wonderful visual effects.
Eric, who
See, if
won?
we look at the effects on the monster.
All right, the winner is the Catan Shard of the Void Dragon.
That is some fantastic visual effects.
On a monster or vehicle.
I'm gonna break both your legs.
No, you can't. Who's gonna do your laundry?
And I'm out of shape, but I'm not that out of shape. I can walk quickly.
All you have to do is go upstairs, Eric, and you win. You just go up the stairs. Game over.
A whole flight of stairs, I give up.
Basically.
It's upsetting how absolutely accurate that fucking gif is. All right, Eric, take us into the best monsters and vehicles in Age of Sigmar.
Our nominees are Akelian Leviathan, Marathi Kane,
Say it. You know you want to.
I know, I'm gonna. Usharan Mortark of Delulu, Vizek Skor, Prophet of the Horned Rat, Saurus Oldblood on Carnosaur, Revenant Draconith, Mangler Squigs, Iriden the Witness, and Krondis, Son of Dracothian. Yeah, I mean, there's some good monsters here. Big Turtle.
Big turtle.
I'm noticing a severe lack of steam tank in the nominees. I really don't know what the Academy was thinking with this one.
I think they were thinking that your category title didn't make any sense.
I'm so glad you...
And the winner of Best Monster or Vehicle in Age of Sigmar goes to the Revenant Draconith.
Yeah, that new model is really cool. Fair enough, but big turtle. Just saying. Moving on from the giant monsters and vehicles, let's take a look at the best supporting actor or actress in Warhammer 40k. The nominees are Celestian Sacrosanct, the Death Corps of Krieg, Deathwing Knights, Inner Circle Companions, Noise Marines, Neophyte Hybrids, Boys.
Just all boys.
Just boys.
I am gonna go with Deathwing Knights.
I think it's a pretty good bet to begin with, seeing as they are Space Marines.
That helps. And, like, they're a popular part of Space Marines.
It's also shocking, like, we didn't get a single generic Space Marine in the final nominees. 2 Dark Angel units made it.
Yeah.
Like, the Space Marine players just got together, stopped infighting, and they all just went hard for Dark Angels on this one because of the refresh. Noticeably, Sanguinary Guard nowhere to be seen.
I wonder why. Yeah, I think Deathwing Knights and the Inner Circle Companions have a good shot. I do wonder if, like, maybe there's some type of competition between the two, you know, that, like, could distract from each other. The boys are just always boys, right? Like, they know what's going on.
To me, it's Death Corps of Krieg. They're just the quintessential 40k infantry.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, the winner is the Death Corps of Krieg. Inner Circle Companions and Noise Marines coming in very close, though.
Wow, the Noise Marines, huh? It's interesting that the Death Corps of Krieg managed to take this one, like, not the Cadians that GW's been, like, forcing for so long. But our next category is Best Supporting Actor or Actress for AOS. The nominees are Clan Rats, Ard Boys, Death Rattle Skeletons, Spite Revenants, Saurus Warriors, Chaos Warriors, and Free Guild Fusiliers. There's some pretty good nominees here. Death Rattle Skeletons are top tier for being supporting.
I think it's going to be hard to beat Clan Rats on a popularity standpoint, but I am hoping it's Death Rattle Skeletons. I won't be mad if it's Seraphon, though, because I do love me some Dino Boys.
Yeah, I totally see the Ard Boys, but I feel like the other ones have a bit more popularity going for them. You're probably right with Clan Rats at the moment. They are just perfect support. But all right, who did win it?
The winner of the Jimmy for the best supporting actor or actress for Age of Sigmar is the Skaven Clan Rats. And yeah, it's what I thought. It's going to be real hard to beat them. They were already beloved, and they just got the amazing refresh.
The Saurus Warriors did put up pretty decent results. I honestly didn't expect that.
Do people love dinosaurs? They're just good. We need more in 40k. All right, Jenny, do you want to take us into the 2 biggest awards for the model section?
The final category for models is the best leading actor or actress in 40k. And the nominees are... And the nominees are Chas O. Vriola Shova Caius Montier, often shortened to Oshova, but better known as Commander Farsight. Belisarius Call, Gazkul Thraka, Lycus, Lion L. Johnson, Emperor's Champion, and Angron.
Shout out to Emperor's Champion being the only one to not be named that's here.
Yeah, one of these is not like the other, and yet still kind of a badass.
It really is. I don't even like Black Templars, and I know that model's amazing.
Yeah, but like, there's some strong competition here. Call is wicked, but like, Gaz, let's go.
We all know Eric's voting for Gaz.
It's not even fair for anybody else. Gaz, let's go.
I'm still on Team Farsight on this one.
Sure. Could totally see Lionel making it though.
Well, the winner is Belisarius Call.
Not bad. Creepy model.
He is. It's correct that he's creepy. Like, lore-wise, I really love that they always bring up how unsettling Call is.
Yeah, does a great job.
Gaz in second, deserved.
Yeah, Gaz is cool. Lionel did pretty decent as well, which makes sense. All right, with that, let's move on to our last one with Best Leading Actor or Actress in AOS.
We have Archaon the Everchosen, Gobsprack the Mouth of Mork, Lord Croak, Marathi Kane, Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead, Big Oosh, Mortark of Delulu, and Vizixscour, Prophet of the Horned Rat.
Oh, there's some big competition here.
This lineup is legendary.
Any one of these deserves it. They're all just amazing. So I guess let's just get the winner for leading actor or actress in AOS. The winner is Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead. I thought you said he was overrated.
I think he is overrated. I'm sticking to my guns here.
It is a pretty cool model.
It is.
But yeah, all the other ones also very cool. I feel like more people need to respect Gobsprack though.
True. Giant vultures are not getting enough love in this episode.
Very true. But yeah, Nagash definitely makes sense.
And that will bring us into the final category for the evening, which is the gameplay category. And we'll start off with the best rules change from Warhammer 40k 10th edition, with the nominees of free war gear, pivoting rules, having less stratagems, the universal special rules, and the detachment system.
Pivoting?
Yeah, the pivoting rules.
That made it in here?
They did. It was shockingly popular.
That better not have won. It's universal special rules, or I'm making it universal special rules.
I agree with you.
The Academy is being deposed.
I think free war gear is going to be popular just because we're going to have a more casual audience who will like that. And I think the detachment system is well liked even if the iteration needs work.
Yeah, I feel like they've dropped the ball enough that it won't get as many votes as it kind of makes sense to get.
Yeah, that's fair.
But all right, the winner of best 40k 10th edition rule change is universal special rules.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
With over half the votes. Okay, good.
Deserved.
I was right though. Detachments and war gear, they came up in second and third.
That makes sense. Some of you chose pivoting. You know who you are.
All right, let's go into the sister award of Best Rules Change for Age of Sigmar 4th Edition. They are Manifestations, Commands in the enemy's turn, 3-inch combat range with no more weapon ranges, no more battle shock, and prayers and ritual points.
I mean, manifestations are really cool.
I think they have the problem of being a hot topic though, where some people don't like the feeling like you got forced to buy endless spells, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So I think that's going to hold it back. I'm voting for 3-inch combat range with no weapon ranges because I've always hated weapon ranges in AOS.
It is stupid, and this makes things a lot easier. No battle shock is good because it's dumb. I've made a PowerPoint about this before, essentially.
All right. The winner is no battle shock. Holy shit.
Really?
It really was.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like the 3-inch combat range, weapon range stuff might be a better gameplay change. But yeah, fuck battle shock. Our next category is Best Rules Reflecting Fantasy Faction for 40k. Our nominees are the Eldari, Chaos Space Marines, Orcs, Gene Stealer Cults, Necrons, and Space Marines. I mean, Orcs are so perfect in every way.
I think a lot of people are going to go Eldar because a lot of people really liked how the Codex handled them.
Yeah, and that's fair.
It is new, too. It could just be a random Space Marine sweep because there's more of them.
And it's also not that difficult to have the rules reflect Space Marines. It's pretty simple. Dude in tin can, shoot gun, have chainsword, GG. I feel like Gene Stealer Cults is probably not getting it, given some of the changes that have been made.
Yeah. The winner is Orcs, which I get.
Orcs.
Yep. It's a solid pick.
They just have the best chance of embracing the like fantasy nature. Be wild, do crazy things, and we can have the rules like the bubble chucka. Perfect example.
Pushing the button.
Yeah.
It's a solid addition rules-wise for Orcs.
It's just very fun.
Next is Best Rules Reflecting Fantasy Faction in AOS. The nominees are Flesh Eater Courts, Idoneth Deepkin, Skaven, Nighthaunt, Slaves to Darkness, and Soulblight Greatlords.
This is kind of a tough one. Skaven are like super popular right now, and their rules are pretty good at trying to show it. But like, I think Iden of the Deep can do a great job of it as well.
Yeah, that's the two that I'm between as well. I feel like I love Idoneth Deepkin's army rule being the tides,
It really fits quite well.
but I feel like Skaven is going to be the one to win.
The popularity of Skaven's resurgence at the moment likely is going to push it over, yeah.
So, Jenny, who is the winner?
The winner is the Skaven.
Yeah, and it's not really even close.
No.
No, it is not close at all.
Slaves to Darkness, all right, sure, I guess.
I think Slaves of Darkness would have been better in Index season because I know a lot of people were upset at the Battletome.
Yes, it obviously gets were the choice.
Apparently, their Battletome is not the worst, not the best. Like, it could have been worse. Like, look, I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying, like, it went up to middle of the road from, like, one of the most hated things.
It's a destruction. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. All right, moving into the best Codex of 10th edition 40k. Our nominees are Codex Eldari, Codex Astra Militarum, Codex Chaos Space Marines, and Codex Orcs.
It's orcs.
Hey, yeah, it's Orcs.
I don't know, but it's orcs.
I agree that all four of these were pretty good launches, but it's Orcs, right?
These are fair things to be talking about, right? Like, it isn't completely off the wall nonsense, garbage codexes that were brought up in the discussion, but it's orcs.
The winner is Orcs. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I will say all of them did decent.
Yeah, and like these ones make sense.
They were all good releases.
Yeah, we didn't have any nonsense trying to be pushed with like custodies or whatever.
We didn't get Tau's 3.5 detachments.
Yeah.
Our next category is the best unit name in 40k. The nominees are Boomdaka Snazwagon, Hellblasters, Sloppity Bilepiper, Murderfang, Triumph of St. Catherine, and Wazblom Blastojet.
I like that there is both sides of this, of the funniest name and the edgiest name, which I guess is an ironic level of funny.
My vote is for Boomdaka.
Yeah, Boondocka Snazwagon is pretty unbeatable as a name.
Just the word Boomdaka. You could put anything after it. I just want that word.
I mean, Wazbomb is always fun to say, though.
I'm hoping for Sloppity Bilepiper just because it's a hilarious name. It will always be like mildly gross.
That is true.
Unfortunately, the category is not named worst nickname to have in high school.
All right, and the winner for best unit name in 40k is the Boomdaka Snazwagon.
With 60% of the vote.
Yeah, fucking crushed it.
It is an amazing name. And shout out to Sloppity Bilepiper. Second place, good enough.
Fucking Murderfang.
Murderfang is much better than Hellblasters. All right, let's go into the best unit names of Age of Sigmar. Our nominees are Art Boys, Gabapalooza, the Doom Wheel, Nagash, Supreme Lord of the Undead, Slaughter Priest, and Sloppity Bilepiper. The beauty of being a demon.
Yeah, it's back.
It's back in Sloppitier.
Oh no. See, like, Doomwheel works for AOS, I feel like.
Doomwheel specifically because it's Skaven and it is a literal wheel.
Yeah, I was like, what does it look like? Nope, that is a doom wheel. That is a wheel. That is accurately named.
I enjoy that Nagash made it here.
The worst part is knowing how high up the list he was.
Supreme Lord of the Undead.
It's not even Mortark of the Delulu.
Tell me more about your fanfic OC.
Well, his name is Murderfang.
But he's a hedgehog.
Whose best friend is Sloppity Bilepiper.
Yes, he's a werewolf hedgehog.
Oh, no.
From the Sonic universe.
And the winner is Sloppity Bilepiper, let's go!
Nice. And Gobblapalooza takes second. Sloppity Bilepiper definitely deserved.
All right, that leaves a final award. Jenny, would you do the honors of reading the category?
Our final category for the night is Best Warhammer Tabletop Game. The nominees are 40K, Age of Sigmar, Blood Bowl, Kill Team, and Warcry.
Shout out to Horus Heresy, which did not get enough votes to end up as a nominee. I didn't do that.
Rip.
Old World and Horus Heresy literally did not receive enough for me to even have them in the cutoff.
Old World makes sense. It's just barely brought back from the dead, essentially.
Shout out to Necromunda, which got one more vote in round 1 than Old World.
So, like, it's 40K because we're primarily a 40K podcast, but I could see Blood Bowl.
I could see a couple things happening here. Some will be upsetting.
They could do the funniest thing.
So Warcry stands could say Warcry. I don't even know if they'd be wrong. Age of Sigmar, people are generally liking Spearhead and everything right now. I honestly think if Spearhead had been able to be submitted in a vacuum, it might have pulled through.
That would have actually, like, made a lot of sense.
Since most of our episodes are 40K focused, I assume it's going to win.
Yeah.
Blood Bowl would be kind of funny, and it did have a lot of votes in round 1, I do know that.
It'd be super based.
Kill Team, I do know, had the most nominations going into round 2 because people were funny. So we'll find out if they continued to think they were funny. The winner of Best Warhammer Tabletop Game is Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, makes sense. Kill Team did some numbers, though.
Second place, Age of Sigmar, and it was pretty close.
Yeah.
I think everyone can be happy with the final results here. They both pulled their weight and were pretty close. Importantly, only 20% of people tried to be funny with Kill Team.
Almost got him.
All right, that wraps up the final award for the first annual Jimmy Space Awards. Congratulations again to all of our winners. Thank you again to our wonderful patrons for helping us put together this awful idea. And thank you to Award Season for making everything so stupid that I decided to do this episode.
It's good fun.
And thanks again to our patrons making up our live studio audience here. And if you liked this stupid idea and want to see more, please remember to do the YouTube pleasantries for us. It means a lot. But for now, I would like to shout out our top patrons for the month who help keep this show running. They are 3D Frank,
4K Far,
A pulsating ball of pure energy.
a suspicious looking guy,
Absolute Chad,
A dachshund.
Adrian Franke,
Alex Fuja,
M. Dragon.
Amos,
Andreas,
Another hairy Sasquatch.
Beth Jesus,
Biggs the Purple Necron,
Blubbles 180.
Carnivex,
Christopher Gargliano,
Chromavale.
Chuck Mordock,
Cody Weatherby,
Comstar Wizard Trensnor.
Craig Judge,
Cube 1359,
Daniel Field 5150.
Das Goopy,
Delmarev,
Devin Boylees.
Des Reves,
Dominic Colasico.
Edward Lawrence.
8675309,
Wow. Enchanted Galaxy Cat,
Eric Founder.
Ezelvor,
Faye,
Flawless Oyster.
Gathering Clouds,
Geet,
Haunter.
I miss reflecting shots with Lichguard shields.
Infinite Fess.
Isaac Hall.
It's a beautiful day. That's a fucking lie.
I was like, I'm so glad you got that one. Jack Gaming.
Jacob Gibson.
Jarrett DePerna.
Jolene.
Justin Udacek.
Calyx.
Katie and more.
Kaylee Ard.
Kentorb.
Night Porphyrian is awesome. Don't put me in Forge World jail. That was shockingly difficult.
Lucas.
Low Fat Mogert.
LSJ.
Madison Ramanama.
Matthew Tsushima.
Michael Melcher.
Mr. Squiggums.
Mitchell.
Mixolodius.
Burnt Toast.
Moist Toast.
Monkey 218.
Moorfield 55.
Nemesis the Noodle Blade.
Novi.
Pierce is currently thinking of an annoyingly long name.
Proteus 7331.
QBN Geek.
Quellen.
Ratchet 7989.
Retro Brave.
Rock.
Ross Warlock.
Sriracha Sauce.
Shaq's Pet Otter.
Siegbro.
Solanite.
Struggle Bus.
The Tired EMR. Godspeed.
The Crusader 13.
The Fish Boy.
Thrango.
Tom McGarth.
Vartha Mark.
Victoria Angel.
Warhammer Caleb.
Weebay.
Now you have to say it. Weebay.
Weebay.
It's a lot more fun like that.
It really is. Werner Elindi Wallman.
Woodstock.
Why So Mad 2.
And Zimbabwe. God damn it. I got that just as I said it out loud.
Just at the end. Just like...
We also have producers who we thank every episode because you are keeping us alive. They are a proper red git.
Austin Blum.
Bender XX.
Blizzard Brain.
Brad actually secretly loves Space Marines.
Stop fucking lying.
Brandon Jenke.
Broken Reaper 45.
Corvus.
Demolition Man.
Dr. Lace.
Gilgamesh Versus.
Jan Geisy.
Jason McMaster.
Kiwi Fruitbird.
La Bloop Bloop.
See, it's really fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mr. Festastic.
NCSGO.
NJ Harlan.
North.
Pizza 00100.
Sebastian Richardson.
That Moiety.
The Mailman.
TN0.
Tricky is the one.
And War Game Simulator. Thank you so much for supporting the show.
And if you would like to support the show, you can do so on patreon.com/solely-singleton and join great patrons like Senenchart. Thank you, every last one of you, so much. It means a ton to us. All right, it's time for us to get out of here for the week.
Sounds good.
Oh shit, we forgot a category, guys.
Yeah, it seems like we missed one. Slipped through the cracks. The final category for the Jimmy Space Awards is the most forgettable unit.
The nominees for Most Forgettable Unit are Navigator, Neurogaunt, Aegis Defense Line, Chaos Spawn, Ministorum Priest, and Noblars.
All right. One of these is just terrain.
One of these is a wall.
Only one of these did I question was real.
Yeah, no, that's fair. The Ministorum Priest is dumb.
The winner is, by a landslide, the Aegis Defense Line. Yeah, very, very fair.
What are you?
Why are you?
What is your purpose?
Who are you?
How are you?
What are you doing here?
Oh, I look forward to purging this from my memory and forgetting all about the Aegis Defense Line in the next 5 minutes.
And if you got far enough into the episode to find the most forgettable unit category, make sure to comment about it.